Shalom, shalom. All right, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Ruach. Want to give double honors to our apostles and elder bishops at Great Millstone who continue to rule well and guide us through the Spirit, and double honors to their teachers, the elder high priests as well. All right, peace and blessings. Shalom to the Most High's hopeful elect. I'm the brother Yagadal. I'm a one from GMS Houston. All right, back on another lesson. All right, and this lesson was motivated through a conversation I was having with a brother earlier once I got off work. All right, and we was going into different subjects, man, and that's one of the beautiful things about, man, taking advantage of being able to talk to brothers, man. All right, you're going to have numerous lesson ideas pop up within one conversation with a brother, man. Okay, if the Spirit's dealing with both of y'all, of course. All right. But within that, we had the topic of these Christians, all right, speaking on, all right, as if Yahawashi, all right, who the world eagerly knows as Jesus Christ, came to change, all right, the law or do away with the law or change anything that the Most High has set, all right, before his he came in the flesh. Okay. All right. So I made the statement, all right, that you constantly see as it is written in the New Testament, man. So I went to the blue letter. All right, and you in the New Testament alone, as it is written, all right, described a little over 30 times. Okay, so I just wanted to go. I'm gonna grab this first definition. All right, for in the blue letter for as it is written in the New Testament. Okay, because Yahawashi, along with other, all right, of our forefathers, all right, made this statement, all right, throughout the New Testament. Okay. So this is for the definition for as it is written. All right, in the blue letter. All right, this is G1125 Grapho. All right, now I'm gonna jump down to under the second definition, the third number. All right, it says used of those things which stand written in the sacred books of the Old Testament. So when they made the statement as it is written, they were referring back to as it was written, all right, in the Old Testament. OK, so they were explaining things, giving understanding, all right, based off of what was written in the Old Testament, showing you that they wasn't changing anything up. There wasn't it was when the message came. OK, you had Peter. All right. And specifically Paul set up. All right. To give the message. All right, to the Israelite foreigners. So now it was the same message, but it was spread to the Israelite foreigners, man, the ones, all right, who came up, all right, in the Greekish fashion, all right, and continued on all the way to the Roman Empire. Okay. All right. So they was given the same understanding that was given in the Old Testament. Okay. All right. But now things that were spoken of in the Old Testament were being fulfilled. All right, in the New Testament, and that's what Yahawashi was set to do. Okay, so let's get a couple scriptures. Let's start here. All right, this is St. John chapter 5 and verse 46 to 47. It says, For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me. And that's another cut to anybody saying that Yahawashi wasn't spoken of in the Old Testament. That's bullshit. All right. All right. It's verse 47. It says, but if ye believe not his writings, how shall ye believe my words? So that's a cut to you Christians, man. OK. All right. You New Testament Israelites. All right. How can you believe Yahawashi's writings if you didn't believe Moses? All right. It's the same thing. He wrote of Yahawashi. OK. You can't get around this, man. All right, and this too plain. This is Israelite 101. Okay, all right. The Old and the New Testament are not two separately scribed books. All right, well, a compilation of books. Okay, all right. This is another scripture. I'm gonna read this in the NIV. All right, this is Luke 24 and 44. This is Yahawashi speaking. It says, he said to them, this is what I told you while I was still with you. Everything must be fulfilled that is written about me in the law of Moses, the prophets, and the Psalms. So Yahawashi directly himself stated that he was spoken of in the law of Moses, the first 5 books, the prophets, okay, and the Psalms, man. Okay. All right. He was prophesied, all right, in the Old Testament. So when he came, he didn't come to do away with anything or change anything. He came to fulfill what was spoken about in the Old Testament, man. All right. Like I said, this is quick. I just wanted to go into this. All right, briefly. All right. It was on my spirit after we had this conversation. All right. Now, what version is this? NIV as well. All right. This is Matthew 5 and 7, starting at 17 in NIV. All right. It says in the header, it says the fulfillment of the law. OK. All right. This is Matthew 5 and 17 in the NIV. It says, do not think that I have come to abolish the law or the prophets. This is Yahawashi speaking. OK, he's telling you he didn't come to abolish or do away with the law or what was stated in the book of the prophets. OK. It says, I have not come to abolish them, but to fulfill them. In other words, fulfill what was written of him when he was supposed to come in the flesh the first time. All right. It says, for truly I tell you, until heaven and earth disappear, and not the smallest letter, not the least stroke of a pen will by any means disappear from the law until everything be accomplished concerning what? Prophecy. Okay. All right. Not the smallest bit of prophecy is gonna not be fulfilled, man, or accomplished. Okay. All right. Verse 19, it says, therefore, anyone who sets aside one of the least of these commands and teaches others accordingly will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever practices and teaches these commands of what? The things that were written in the Old Testament. All right. The law, statutes, and commandments. Okay, and then teaches and then sticks to the teachings of the Old Testament, man. All right, going into the prophecies. All right, which were to be fulfilled, parts were going to be fulfilled when the Lord came on the scene, man. Okay. All right, being him being that lamb without blemish. It was stated how he was going to know, how people were going to, the signs of when he was going to be born. Okay, how he was supposed to come lowly on an ass. Okay, all these things are written in the Old Testament. Okay, it says, but whoever practices and teaches these commands will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. But I tell you that unless your righteousness surpasses that of the Pharisees and the teachers of the law, you will certainly not enter the kingdom of heaven, man. So if you try to omit the things of the Old Testament, you're not going to make it, man. Okay, because you're taking away from, all right, the legacy that was written and that Yahawashi was set to fulfill. You're taking away from, all right, the teachings, all right, that the prophets, all right, well, I'll say the disciples, all right, to be more specific, okay, which they were prophets as well. Okay, the disciples, all right, and the apostles, all right, they were referring constantly back unto the Old Testament. All right, they were teaching what they learned from the Old Testament. Okay, and when Yahawashi came on the scene, he further refined it. All right, he incorporated faith, he incorporated grace. All right, mercy. All right, but they're still stuck to the same teachings of the Old Testament, man. All right, so that's it for this lesson. I just wanted to go into that briefly, man. Okay, for you Christian nuts and you New Testament Israelites, man. All right, the Lord didn't come to do nothing but fulfill what was written of him in the law and in the prophets and Psalms. All right, so that's it for this lesson. Yahweh Shem Yahawashi willing it was edifying. All right, once again, giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh by Shem Yahawashi, by Shem Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to our apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone and the elder high priest who taught them as well. And peace and blessings. Shalom to the Most High's hopeful elect. Keep fighting, keep pushing.